Okay, so are the cameras rolling? Yep, okay. Lights, camera, action. Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Fresh Mint Wearable Showcase. It's a beautiful day to be in Decentraland today. We have very special guests, WJ Designs, which is composed of two amazing creators, Mr. J and Mr. W.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. W, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So this is Mr. W. So we started just over a year ago in Decentraland. It started by just a conversation between me and Jay discussing mana as an opportunity for investment as we started doing our research, which I would recommend everybody do if you're going to invest in something. Jay discovered Decentraland. He called me. He's like, "Hey man, you gotta come check this out." Got into Decentraland. I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, are you playing a kid's game or what's going on, dude? Like, this looks so crazy." And he's like, "No, you got to see this, man." He's like, "There's people walking around looking all weird and just these strange, strange characters." I started looking into how do we create wearables, right? Like, this was something like I found out that people were doing and that as a user you could create your own stuff. But I was like, this is amazing. Like, how do you do this? And somebody reached out to me. It was another streamer, Ingester.
A rabbit.
What's a rabbit?
Asking for some assistance with a hat that he wanted. So he actually pulled me on stream, and I spent 8 hours designing a hat on stream in front of 75 people. And actually, Doc, I think you were in there towards the latter part of that and was giving me some advice via the stream.
I remember that. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a long, hard road, and we hit up Nikki.
We need love to
constantly asking for advice and some sort of direction on how do we do things. So Nikki spent countless amounts of time meeting with us, walking through some of our early designs on how to weight objects, how to properly skin an object, basically, adding textures and things like that.
And the way we started was we actually designed the female avatar mesh, like a DCL model, like base model, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We designed both the bodies full so that we would have a better representation we could build off of first. And so we built the female and male avatars and then built the fire wizards off of those avatars. So we have those, in our file bank, to use for later, which is great. And that kind of changed all of our pieces from there forward, kind of just giving it its own kind of different body look, body shape, because the DCL armature just doesn't have it, man. I hate that armature so much. But yeah, so that was pretty big. That took a good amount of time in itself, was like designing the physique, because that is so hard with low poly.
Whatever price we come out at is the price that we're going to stay at and go up above that, right? So we would never go below the price that we publish at. And then the other part of it was, if you were an early investor in us, we wanted to give you some sort of perk as well. So, our thought of, how do we add some sort of utility to our items was, let's give them something for free. Let's give them the next piece that we publish for free. So if you're one of the first 10 to buy an object from us, like you're actually getting 2 items for the cost of 1, basically, for being an early investor in us. So you're going to have immediate incentive, not just for being an earlier purchaser, but also the other part of that is you're gonna have a good investment, right? Because not only are you gonna get an item that's worth the mana that you put in for the first item, but you're getting almost an equal value in return on the next item that we're publishing.
And going to one of your questions, like one of the hurdles, it definitely working with these low triangle limits. It's very challenging. And you can do as much as you can with baking or whatnot to add the detail, but I mean, blocky figures, you just can never not see it. You always see that like sharp edge or something. So it's it took a long time and a lot of work to just like hone down the armature or the physique so that it looked more natural in a game space.
And to Jay's point too is, we didn't want the female to look like an afterthought, right? We wanted it to be
Right.
showcased appropriately.
I think people try to treat their wearables like a crypto chart or something, like up and down or move with the market, but it's not. It's it's a piece of art, really. Like just like a painting you get off the street. Like someone notable, if they created something, it should never degrade in value. It should always just go up over time and over achievements and different things that happen in the space.
We have a card holder that just wasn't sure how to use the items in the vault, so they reached out to us. We did a private session with them to walk them through from point A to point B. Early on, we hit Nikki Fuego up all the time to get information, like how do we do this? We're open to help people. Like we want to see more creators out there. We know that it's a large learning curve to get into this space. If you need some help, just let us know. We can try and work with you and help you out.
Tell us what you're up to next. This is your big shill. Hit me with the big shill. What are your future plans as artists and creators? What are your goals? And what do you have scheduled?
Well, our very most immediate projects are gonna be the wizard. It's a wind elemental wizard, but it's gonna have kind of an anime little feel to it, maybe like cat ears, and it's gonna be kind of Mew themed, Mew colors, and that's gonna be a pretty cool collaboration.
Our mini spotlights showcase today. Joining us, we have One Existence. I would like to invite One Existence to join us on stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here on the very first episode of Fresh Mint. So my wearable is this hoodie I have on. It's RGB and changes color with your hair. I designed it and Hiroto Kai created it. That was an honor to work with him. He's a legend from what I hear. He'd been around for quite a while and then disappeared for a little bit, and when he came back I had the opportunity to work with him. But the symbol I have on the front, I did some researching. A lot of people talked about community in Decentraland, and so I wanted to try to do something in that regard. And what I found was the NT symbol, which comes out of Ghana, and it stands for a community coming together to resolve conflict. So I thought that was pretty cool. And on top of it, I added a white jasmine. The 5 petals of the white jasmine represent compassion, selflessness, patience, modesty, and integrity, which I felt went very well with the community symbol. And then I threw them both on top of the Decentraland pyramids to represent the Decentraland community.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's a really beautiful story. I didn't realize that there was so much depth to the symbolism in this design.
I was gonna say thank you to Doc for putting this together. I think this is a great community event. I'm glad to even be a part of it, and to be on the opening of this has just been great. So I appreciate the invite, and I appreciate you allowing us to be a part of something that's going to be so great.
Yes, thank you so much. This was really great to be a part of. Totally agree, and I really love the how the space came out. Honestly, seeing everyone here now, it looks really cool. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you again so much for letting me be here, be a part of this. Truly is an honor.
Thank you so much for participating and sharing your items, and also inspiration to others. The whole point is to inspire others to create and keep the good vibes going. So I hope that everyone has an amazing week. I hope you get out there and create a new item, or maybe just start putting your ideas together. Thank you so much, and that's all we have for today.